Hey everybody, Crazy Alaskan Koch out here today. We will be doing a LEGO figure painting tutorial again. I know it's been a long time since we've done one of these, and this video idea was actually created by a YouTuber by the name of Sam the Lego Man, so shout out to you. Thank you very much for suggesting this video. Today we will be doing Swedish M90 camouflage. Those of you guys who don't know, this is the current camouflage that is in use by the Swedish Armed Forces. So let's begin this tutorial. Okay, first off, you'll need 4 paints. The first one I suggest, you could use any dark green technically. Something more like the olive field, olive drab, but something darker. Next, I would recommend the Tamiya wooden deck tan. This will be used for the tan pattern on the camouflage. And I also would recommend some sort of lime green. I was able to find like a Tesser's paint at Hobby Lobby that was labeled Sublime Green. It seems to work okay. Especially for these purposes. I know it looks super bright now, but once you actually paint out the minifigure, it'll look decent. And then again, we have my favorite Citadel Abaddon Black. I like Citadel paints. They don't dry up as fast, and they seem to stay on the minifigures pretty well. And I also recommend having some sort of blue and yellow paint. Again, I have Citadel paints. They're really nice. I've been using them in modeling for many, many years, and those will be used for the Swedish flag. For those of you who have seen my other painting tutorials, make sure you let each of these layers dry for at least a couple of hours. To paint one full figure, I would recommend waiting about a day's time in total before you actually start playing with anything, especially if you decide to apply a lacquer coating, if you're going to be using these for like stop motions or whatever, because you know, the parts get worn and stuff. I would recommend waiting for a while. Again, as I mentioned, the lime green is fairly bright, so we will be using the dark green of your choice. Any dark olive will work. For the base layer, so you'll just coat at least 2 layers of that onto the minifigure's parts. After this, start adding octagonal / like straight edges to the camouflage pattern with a fine tip paintbrush. Again, this isn't a regular camouflage pattern. There's a lot of triangles and strangely shaped objects on the camouflage pattern, so try to make like little edges and stuff. Try not to make it look too like wavy or circular. I would recommend applying the lime green second, and then followed by the tan, and then finally some flecks of black. Not very many, just a little bit. Now for the Swedish flag, I would recommend painting the blue square on the right shoulder first, just because it'll make it a lot easier if you do that versus making little 4 quadrants with the blue paint. So make one big blue area, and then, you know, for those of you who know how a Swedish flag looks like, just a little golden cross with the cross facing the left side of the flag a little bit more. The Swedish Army uses black combat boots, so if you want to paint those on the bottom face of the leg, those will work as well. The Swedish Armed Forces uses a variety of different vest colors and holster colors. However, they seem to mainly favor like dark olive or like green, darker than Ranger green that many American military / police agencies use. So the same dark green that you use for the base layer of the camouflage should be fine if you're trying to paint an additional vest, such as like a performance vest. I was pretty satisfied with how it turned out, honestly. I thought the green was going to be terrible, but it actually worked pretty well. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay frosty.